Neste vídeo, aprenda mais de 100 palavras e frases essenciais para o dia a dia. Ideal para iniciantes, com técnicas eficazes de memorização. Expanda seu vocabulário de forma simples e prática. Inscreva agora no canal Fale Inglês já. Vamos começar.
Clara grew up in a wealthy neighborhood, while João knows every corner of his humble village. But when they are together, the place they are in doesn't matter. Only each other's company does. Clara was raised with all the opportunities, but felt a void she couldn't explain. João, on the other hand, learned early on to fight for everything he had, but never lost his smile. When they met, Clara saw a strength in his eyes she had never known, and João found in her a kind of hope that made him dream even higher. For Clara, the silence of the night brings peace. For João, it brings worries about the next day. Still, they learn to listen to each other's stories and find comfort in their conversations. Clara loved hearing João talk about his childhood, his struggles, and the happy moments amid the difficulties. He, in turn, was enchanted by the stories of travels and adventures she shared. Over time, their conversations turned his fear into courage and her emptiness into purpose. João showed Clara that happiness isn't in luxury, but in the little things, and Clara began to cherish simple moments, like a coffee together or a walk around the neighborhood. One day, Clara left her car behind and accepted João's invitation to walk to the local market. There she saw a new world, full of genuine smiles and simple acts of solidarity. João showed her that true wealth lies in human connections, and Clara began to value every moment by his side. Clara taught João that dreaming big isn't wrong, as long as your heart is in the right place. Now, João works hard to achieve his dreams, with Clara always encouraging him. João had always been afraid to take risks, but Clara made him believe he was capable of so much more. She helped him study and seek better opportunities. Slowly, João began to open new doors, but never forgot his roots and the simplicity that defined him. Their love doesn't see class differences, but the dreams they share. They plan to build a life where they can both be happy, no matter the criticism. At first, people said their love wouldn't last, but Clara and João didn't let it shake them. They started building a simple little house together, where every detail reflected the effort and affection they shared. It was the beginning of a new story. Clara and João discovered that they both face challenges, even if they are different, and together they started overcoming these challenges, helping each other grow. When João lost his job, Clara supported him, showing he wasn't alone. When Clara faced the scorn of some people for choosing João, he held her and promised he would always stand by her. United, they faced difficulties with love and patience. João found strength in Clara's smile, and she in his simplicity. Each day they grow stronger, trusting that love can overcome any difficulty. When João came home tired after a long day's work, just a smile from Clara was enough to refresh him. And Clara, who often felt suffocated by the world of appearances she lived in, found in João a refuge, someone who accepted her exactly as she was. Clara realized that money could buy comfort, but would never buy João's sincerity. That's why she grew to value even more the honesty and affection he offered. João had little, but he always gave his best. He made a point of preparing breakfast for Clara, with fresh bread he bought from the local bakery. These simple gestures made Clara feel loved in a way no amount of money could ever provide. João admires Clara's determination to fight for a fairer world, and Clara is inspired by his courage to face each day with faith and hope. Clara began organizing social projects in João's community, teaching children to read and write. João became her biggest supporter, helping with events and motivating people in the neighborhood. Together, they discovered they could change lives while growing as a couple. Despite the barriers, Clara and João proved that true love overcomes any inequality. They know the road isn't easy, but they're ready to face it side by side. Today, Clara and João live in a modest home full of love and stories to tell. They continue to face challenges, but now they are certain that together they can overcome anything. Their love not only bridged differences, but also inspired others to believe that the heart doesn't see social class. Clara loved the view from her house's balcony. João loved the view of the fields where he worked. When they met, they began sharing those landscapes through each other's eyes. They discovered that, even in different worlds, beauty lies in who walks beside you, not just in what you see. João always took care of his younger sister, while Clara helped with social causes. When he met Clara, he realized his care could extend beyond his family, helping others. Together, they created a project in João's community, offering education and support to underprivileged children. Clara lived surrounded by parties and events, but felt the lack of something real. When she met João, she realized the joy of a sincere smile is worth more than 1,000 applause. She traded luxurious parties for afternoons in the park with him, where the laughter was genuine and the love was simple. João had never left his hometown. Clara had traveled the world, but Clara saw in João something no journey had shown her: the beauty of humility. She took him to explore new places, while he taught her to value the land where he lived. Clara was good at planning. João excelled at improvising. They realized that their different ways of thinking perfectly complemented each other. When they decided to start a small business together, they used these qualities to overcome challenges and grow. João didn't know how to read very well. Clara was passionate about books. Clara started teaching João, and soon he was reading his favorite stories to her. This exchange allowed João to discover new horizons and Clara to understand even more the power of education. Clara was afraid of making mistakes. João always said that mistakes make us stronger. Over time, Clara learned that mistakes are part of the journey, as long as you have the courage to keep going. She became more confident, while João admired the strength he always saw in her. João thought he would never be accepted in Clara's world. But Clara showed him that true love doesn't need anyone's approval, only the heart's. Together, they proved to their families and friends that their differences were their greatest strength, not an obstacle. Clara and João loved music, but had completely different tastes. By sharing their favorite songs, they created a soundtrack that blended their worlds. The songs became a symbol of their love, as unique as the melodies they chose. João didn't know what the future with Clara would look like, but decided to take the risk. Clara also had doubts, but believed their love was greater than fear. Over time, they both realized that true strength lies in walking together, even without knowing what lies ahead. Clara and João had different pasts, but found a shared future. While Clara had pictures of trips and graduations on her wall, João had memories of long days working in the fields. When they moved in together, they created a new space that reflected both their lives. Clara's framed photos stood beside João's handmade crafts, symbolizing their union of worlds. João taught Clara the beauty of patience. While Clara was used to the fast pace of the city, João showed her the value of taking things slow. One afternoon, while fishing by the river, Clara realized how peaceful life could be without constant rushing. It became their special moment, just them, nature, and silence. Clara introduced João to new opportunities he never thought possible. With her encouragement, João attended his first workshop on sustainable agriculture. Though he was nervous, he returned home inspired and full of ideas. Clara stood proudly by his side as he started implementing these changes in his community. João helped Clara reconnect with her roots. Clara had spent so much time climbing social and professional ladders that she had forgotten her own beginnings. João brought her to his family dinners, where she rediscovered the warmth of shared meals and heartfelt conversations. It reminded her of what truly mattered. Clara and João learned the power of compromise. Clara loved structured plans, while João preferred spontaneity. On a weekend getaway, they combined their strengths. Clara planned the trip, and João added unexpected detours to charming small towns. These adventures became cherished memories of blending their approaches to life. Their love inspired others around them. Neighbors who had once doubted their relationship began to admire their bond. Clara and João's efforts in the community brought people together. Breaking down barriers of prejudice, they became a symbol of unity and hope for those around them. Clara helped João overcome his insecurities. João sometimes felt out of place in Clara's social circles. But with her gentle reassurance, he realized his value wasn't tied to his background. Over time, João began to share his stories with confidence, and others admired his resilience and humility. João taught Clara to embrace imperfections. Clara was a perfectionist, always striving for everything to be flawless. João's laid-back attitude helped her see that life's beauty often lies in its imperfections. Together, they found balance, allowing themselves to laugh at mistakes and celebrate small victories. Their love grew stronger through shared struggles. When João's family faced financial hardships, Clara stepped in with creative solutions, supporting them without judgment. When Clara experienced setbacks at work, João reminded her of her strength. These moments of mutual support deepened their bond. Clara and João built a life rooted in respect and admiration. They knew their differences were not obstacles, but opportunities to learn from each other. Together, they created a partnership where love wasn't just about romance, but also about growth, understanding, and a shared purpose. Their story became a testament to the power of unity in diversity. Clara and João learned that love is a daily choice and not just a feeling. Even on difficult days, they always found reasons to smile at each other. Together they discovered that the true strength of love lies in patience, complicity, and mutual support. Share this beautiful story with your friends, subscribe to the channel Speak English Now, leave your like. See you in the next videos. Thank you.